Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. So today we're back in the garage working on the KRX. And well, we got to get back together, got to get it fixed. It's actually not apart yet, but we're going to do that here in this video. Now if you're curious on what I'm talking about, what damage happened to it, well let me show you real quick. Check this out. Well, there you have it. I was in Moab, I was on Rusty Nail, and I had a nice slow roll. Now I got a bad balance, it is what it is, but you know, somebody's got to roll every time you go out. And well, this time it was my time. So, if you're not familiar with damage, let me show you real quick. I'll show you the pile of parts, and then we're gonna get to pulling this thing apart and getting it back together. So, let's do a quick walk around. So the passenger side is completely fine. I am going to have to adjust this right here and this. That's kind of popped out, but we have a nice bent bracket there. So we're going to be replacing that bracket there. This piece right here we are going to replace along with this piece here and this fender flare there. Now there is a bracket right there, as you can see. I did kind of bend it back, but it's getting replaced, and we're replacing this bracket up here. Now there is one other item I'm going to replace, and it's that right there. That is the roll cage. As you can see, I have a nice dent right there. And as for the pile of parts, well, it wasn't too bad. I got all the parts I needed, including a new takeoff roll cage, for under $400. So here is the pile of parts I'm going to be installing today. I got my fender flare, I got the one that goes right below it, I got the end of the door piece, I have my front bracket, my rear bracket, that little one. This is the piece that took the longest to get here for $4.80. I got some new push pins. And then right here I have a new takeoff cage. Now the only other damage that happened, well, was I scratched my windshield, but honestly I'm not too concerned because let me tell you what, this Clockworks windshield is tough. If you watch that roll over, you know that I landed on the side here. You know, the folded mirrors did great. They didn't bust the glass, but I got a nice deep scratch right there. But there's a little tension on this, but it didn't crack. This scratch is out of line of sight, so we'll get this thing cleaned up. Now, one thing I have noticed as I'm getting ready to do this, and I'm gonna set up a time-lapse camera and just kind of fast forwarded, man, there's a lot of stuff bolted to the roll cage. I never realized it. I'm like, man, this will be pretty quick. We're gonna get this roll cage off. But you got your mirrors, I got my windshield, I got the light bar, I got the roof, I got the chase light, I got the spare tire carrier. Let me show you that here in a second. Once I get all that off, I got the two bags on the side. I can go ahead and pop the roll cage off. I'll probably pull the seats out just to make it a little bit easier too, since I have the quick release seats. Then we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna get this bad boy cleaned up. We'll use a little heat gun on the blue plastic. If you're not familiar, let me show you. There's a little bit of a white right here. So an old trick was to take a heat gun that should take some of this out. We'll get these off. But one thing I am having an issue with is I cannot get my boxes out, because if you notice, the spare tire carrier is not level. It's got twisted down, so I can't even open this. I have to unbolt it. So open it, and then in order to get the cage off, I am going to have to take this off right here, my bed extender. These are the only bolts I am worried about of the whole process, because these bolts like to strip out, and then we'll take those off down there with the cage bolts. So that's enough of me talking. Let's go ahead and let's get this thing torn apart so I can get back together and I can get it cleaned up and I can get back out on a trail and ride. So let's get started. Well, I'm jumping ahead here since time lapses can be kind of boring. I got the cage off. Let me show you where I'm at. I got one more piece to remove. Then we'll go ahead and start reassembling everything. I wanted to show you that there is no cracks, flakes, nothing in the powder coating on the frame. I've gone through and inspected it pretty good, but here's where we're at. So I still have this bracket to remove here. I've got the one screw, but there's like 4 more for the headlight bucket and everything. So I'll get that. I did end up taking this piece off to get to my wires in here. I do have a plug right there for the light bar. So all my bolts are laid out. Honestly, kind of like the KRX with a roll cage. Looks like a convertible, just needs a windshield. So coming down here, I have that bottom piece removed. And again, I've gone through here. There's nothing, no cracks, no flaking, no nothing with the powder coat. So the frame is good. Got all these pieces removed, and I have this bracket up here removed. I do need to bend this back because that got bent, but that'll be fairly easy to do. Let's go ahead and look at the roll cage real quick and just compare the two. So here is the old roll cage with the broken pieces of plastic. I did have to cut it, like I said, here, and it did spring pretty good. Also, the front bolts down there and the back bolt down there, well, those were in there and binding fairly well, so I could tell there was a lot of tension on the roll cage. Now, it took 2 people to get it off. I had to call my wife to help me. I could have probably gotten it off by myself. I didn't want to hurt myself. I didn't feel like disassembling the whole cage to take it off, but that is an option. I just don't want to strip of any of the bolts, putting stuff on. So to put the new cage on, I will obviously have my wife help me, just for ease and not to hurt myself. Now, looking at the cage, there is an extra dent there, and the whole back of this was tweaked sitting over. But this whole side, honestly, is probably reusable. But I have a complete new cage. Again, I picked it up for 50 bucks. The only difference between the 2 cages is this one had the factory light bar mounts. I won't be using that. I will be moving this one over here along with my mirror and then rerunning the wires through the cage. Next step is just putting all the plastic back on, and I'll get to the roll cage here shortly, but that won't be too big of a problem. Typically I would wash it. I'm just too lazy to get out there and wash it right now. I'll wash it afterwards, but we'll get everything bolted back on. I still got that front bracket, but taking the roll cage off, probably 10 minutes. Taking all this plastic off and the brackets, another 15 minutes. Kawasaki makes this really easy. It took me longer to get all the accessories off the cage, which I still not incomplete. You know, I got the mirror and the light bar on there, and then we'll get it reassembled. Now, one thing I have to do to the new cage before I install it is I don't like to drill on the vehicle. So on your whip mount on the driver's side, that is where I put my antenna. So I will pre-drill that out down there, and that's why I'll put the light bar on when it's down there, just so that there's no metal shavings in the KRX. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna get that stuff done, and then we'll start assembling the plastic. Well, I got the roll cage on. It is not tight. I did put the light bar and the roof on while it was on the ground. I was gonna go ahead and do the plastic, but my help was leaving, so I went ahead and tossed it on. Now, the key to getting this on is actually went on easier than it came off because it's not tweaked, is get everything lined up and started. If you look, I have nothing tight. Everything has a gap all the way around. And that way I can go ahead and get everything started, and then I will go through and tighten it down and torque it down. I gotta look up the torque specs. So I'm gonna get that done. That's pretty boring for you guys, but honestly, changing this roll cage out really isn't a big deal. It took longer getting all the accessories off. So we get that off, and then we're gonna go ahead and get the side plastics on, and then hopefully get this thing cleaned up. Looks like it's getting ready to rain again, as you can tell from the sweat dripping down my face. It is hot and humid here. I'm not used to this humidity out in Phoenix. It's been like 113 degrees this whole week, and today it's about 102, but it rained all morning, and it's supposed to rain again this afternoon. So I'm gonna get these tightened up, and then we will go ahead and start on the plastic. Well, it just got too hot outside, so I moved into the old air conditioning garage. Love insulated air conditioning garages. I thought I had the camera on and started to reassemble, but let me pretty much show you where I'm at. I can tell you I didn't realize how much stuff is bolted to the cage. I think I've already said that, but I'm serious. So the whole cage is on and it's tightened down. I have the chase bar up, I got my side bags up, I have the front light mounted and wired. Got my mirror back on and the roof back on. I actually did that on the grounds. Coming up here, I did run into some problems. Now I am still I'm right at the $400 mark. I had to go order another part today. I did not realize I broke, but it's just like any body work. If you ever get into an accident, something, they always give you an estimate, and the reason is they don't know what they're gonna find when they start removing panels. So the rear, I'm good. I started putting this rocker on, it's loose. I do have this bracket up here on. Like I said, I thought the camera was on. So really just those two pieces in that bracket, honestly, 10 minutes to get those back on. The front's a different story. So here is the front brackets right here, and here is my new one. Now I am not gonna put this new one in, and here's the reason. This headlight bucket here is busted. And what I mean is, if you look, right there's the tab for that one, and it's actually, this tab is here on the back of the headlights. It pulled out right there. And then this piece actually goes on the bottom of the headlight. I'm gonna plastic weld that on because, well, the headlight's about 280 bucks. There's nothing wrong with it, but I did have to order this new bucket. So this bucket right here, they don't actually sell on Rocky Mountain ATV, or if they did, I couldn't find it. So I found another website. It is $14. So to have that shipped out, it should be here sometime this week. And it's obviously easier to mount everything to this, as you can see, than trying to do it from underneath the fender. Not real hard to put on the fender. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm going to finish bolting this stuff on. I'm not gonna show it on camera. It's not real hard. I mean, anybody with an Allen head and a screwdriver can pretty much do all this. The only thing I will point out is, I have this piece and it's loose. You got your two Phillips screws there. Those are a self-tapping screw, the threads on it. But if you notice, these down here are loose because they go in up there. So I did have to take off these three for my aftermarket skid plates. So the rest of it's gonna go on, and let me show you how to snap my fingers, do the whole YouTube thing, because, well, literally it's about 10 minutes. So, and just like that, it is back together. Honestly, it's been about 12-15 minutes. Let me show you what it looks like. So not too bad. The hardest bracket was this one back here, because you got to actually put this piece on first and then this piece. So what I did, because I had this one mounted loosely, is I screwed the bracket onto this piece, and then I put that screw in there and bolted it up. I have all new push pins, except for this one and this one. So that bracket's in there. I don't think you can see it. All this. So while I'm waiting on that front bracket, I gotta wash this thing because it's pretty nasty. But before I wash it, there's one more issue I want to try to fix because I'm just too cheap to buy new plastic. So this used to work on all the old Yamahas, at least the quads. So let's look at it. It's the white and the plastic. So here is where the plastic creased when I landed on the side. I'm not worried about the scratches. And there's a little bit there. So what I'm gonna do is, I haven't tried this yet in a Kawasaki. We're gonna take a heat gun and see if it'll come out. It may or may not. The key is not to burn your plastic. So let's try this together. Hey, that worked pretty good. Let me show you. So on this one, pay attention to the scratches. It probably came about 85% of the way out. I don't know if the camera's gonna pick up. There's a slight crease there. And this one here, 100% gone. Not bad for 2.5 minute fix with a heat gun. So it's a free fix you can do if you got blue plastic. Make sure you keep the heat gun moving. Don't sit in one spot. You'll actually melt the plastic. Keep it moving. So let's go ahead and push this thing out, get it washed up, and then we're gonna get shined up, and I'll show you how I'm gonna do that. KRX is clean, back in the garage, looking good. Everything is back together except for, well, yeah, this headlight bracket there. It's really nice to know where all the bolts are when you have a new piece. I'm just waiting on a headlight bucket. I will install that when it comes in off camera. It's about a 15-minute install. Not real hard, and then plug the turn signal back in. I had to unplug that because it's in the side there. So how does it look? Well, it turned out really good. I'm going to show you here in a second. I did wipe it down. Now, one thing I have to confess is I am not a body guy. I am not a detailer. That is beyond my realm. Honestly, I just find it boring. So I look for whatever I can do to make it as easy as possible to keep my KRX clean, or all my vehicles clean and shiny. So what do I use on this? Well, I use the Clockworks Shineworks. I use this stuff. If you remember back earlier this year, Clockworks sent me this windshield, which is awesome, out in Moab. You know, those sandy days, all the sand and stuff was going up over my head. Now, it's not gonna stop that talcum powder flour when it's just coming in all around you because you have a vacuum. But when you're driving down the road, this thing is awesome and it stays relatively clean. But the only product I use to clean it is this Clockwork stuff. Now the problem is this is not a very big bottle, it's 16 ounces. So what I do to help save the environment, do my parts, and to save a little bit of money, I buy it by the gallon. That's how much of this stuff I use and how well it works. Now everyone has their go-to product. I'm not sponsored by Clockworks, I'm not sponsored to use the Shineworks stuff, it just works, and let me show you. Now, if you recall in the beginning, this thing was really dirty. I pressure washed it with a little degreaser, and if you look in there, you can see all the shiny stuff again, and you can see how clean and shiny that windshield is. And it's the only stuff I use. One of the reasons I use it is A, it's easy. B, I don't know what magic sauce they have, but it does not leave that greasy feeling like other products out there. Now, no, it's not going to take your scratches and everything off, but it does put a nice protectant on your plastic. I use it on the plastic, I use it on the seats, I use it on all kinds of stuff on the KRX, and it works just that well to keep stuff off. I like it so much that all these new parts here, I even used it on. And it gives it just a nice little sheen. I know it comes from the factory that way, but you know what? It's gonna help keep the dust and dirt from attracting to it. As you can see, I use it up here a little bit, and you can see the areas that I miss because, well, I find detailing boring. So everything's back together, it looks good. Check that stuff out. If you're looking for a new cleaner, I know there's lots of stuff on the market. Check it out, and I think you'll be surprised that it's really not that expensive, especially if you buy the big gallon size, throw it in your own bottle. But I go through so much of it, I literally buy it by the gallon. When that gallon gets like this much, I'll order another one. It's that good. But the interior turned out pretty clean too. Not too bad. Like I said, I even use it on the seats. Now I did pressure wash them, but the seats come out pretty good. Everywhere. I use it on the doors. It makes it almost look new. Just one last little thing. If you notice on the floor right here, spare tire carrier. I did not put that back on. There's nothing wrong with it. It's still missing one of the brass bushings that was missing when I got it. I didn't put it back on because I don't use it. I've used it to transport tires when I go out somewhere, but I can just slide it underneath the KRX. I used it one time, my first trip to Moab, where I put my tent in it. I had that cot tent that it fits in there perfectly. I strapped it down, and then I could still get to all my gear underneath it. But that was the only time I really used it. And it just makes it that much more convenient to get in the back with the Milwaukee pack-out system to where I can get to those boxes easier. And now I can go ahead and get the bigger cooler, because those little coolers are great for, you know, small rides. If you're gonna do a whole day ride, I might want the bigger cooler. I can now put that back there, and it's just too tall for the spare tire carrier. Pretty excited, KRX is back together. I know it's still missing the headlight, but I could go drive it right now. I'm not worried about it. I have a new roll cage, all the wiring's back on. The hardest part, honestly, was just getting all the pieces off the roll cage, because there's a lot of them. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and until next time, I know next week I will be on the Jeep doing a big project. It's gonna be a couple-parter. But I'm excited because if you can't tell, I'm sweating in an air-conditioned garage, and I'm going to fix that in the Jeep. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Until next time.